What is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing this evening? I hope you guys are doing well. Well. Look what we have here. Ah, two giants. Two, two, mm, two mighty giants falling out. Gosh, have you heard about it? I have. I've been hearing a lot of people speak on it, and I know by now you should have heard about, Donald Trump, President, my bad, excuse me. President Donald Trump and Elon Musk and them falling out over money. It's always about money with elitists. The ones who are the grand dragons of all of the. Um, okay, let me not go on my rant. Let me not get on my soapbox. For you all that have not heard about President Trump and the fallout, I'm just gonna give you a brief synopsis. We're gonna go to the tapes, okay? And then I got to come back and talk about it, baby. Okay? Because we in the end times. I know you hate to hear it. I know. That just means there's a shift in power, baby. Hmm. It is so, oh my goodness. But before I get to Jabba John running my mouth, uh, my goodness. Let's get you a quick rundown of what's going on and amongst these mighty men. Let's go.
The bromance between Elon Musk, the world's richest man, and President Donald Trump seems to be coming to a rocky end. You have President Trump saying in the Oval Office earlier today that Elon Musk saw this congressional bill that he's been railing about, and that he agreed with it, and that he was only now turning against the bill because, one, it doesn't have an electric vehicle mandate that he was pushing for in the bill, but also because he says he misses the White House, and now he's gotten out there, is no longer in what the president called the beautiful Oval Office, and as a result, he's rallying against it, and Elon Musk is wasting no time pushing back. I want to put up just one of the many posts that Elon Musk has put up. He said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. We went on to say such ingratitude. So this really shows you that Elon Musk is pulling out all the stops here when it comes to pushing back against President Trump. And we should remind people that Elon Musk did spend millions and millions and millions of dollars personally giving to the campaign of President Trump, but also giving out bonuses and creating all sorts of competitions, giving money to voters for signing up petitions and doing all sorts of things to sort of get energy around President Trump. That being said, President Trump is saying he would have won regardless of whether or not Elon Musk had backed him, which is also striking for him to say, given the amount of support that he got from Elon Musk. It'll be very interesting to see where this goes next, but it seems like it's going to get uglier and uglier. The bromance.
Let me say this, my people, my peeps. You can vote for whom you want to. I have forewarned you. I mean, it's all over the scriptures, Um, it's an illusion. That's right. It is an illusion. These people are trying to, I know, and you can be mad all day long. Once I say this, they are trying to destroy the corporation, you see. I know for you all that are asleep still in the matrix, in the womb, you have not unplugged, Neo. You see, you think you live in the United States of America, right? I know you do. Just look, folks rolling up in the chat already. If you're going to roll up in my chat, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. I might put you on the big screen. Let everybody see your, you know, comments. But what you don't realize, and what has been going on since, my goodness, I would have to say the early 2000s, the awakening, you know, some of y'all are still asleep. and many of us have awoken with many gifts. That's right. What you're looking at is an illusion, a lie. That's right. Okay, I know you don't believe me. I just said that you are not living in the United States of America. Matter of fact, you don't even have any constitutional rights. I am glad I'm saying this again because I know some people will fight and bite and nip at my heels for telling them the truth, and nothing but the truth. Sirs and madams, you live in the corporation, the business, the business of America. America is a corporation. And trust me, I've I've had my time working for corporations. Yes, I have. And I know a slick, underhanded, crafty, no good for nothing business deal gone wrong, gone wrong. But what you're looking at, you're gonna say, what's gone wrong for for Donald Trump and you know, Elon? They're the ones fighting. No, baby boys and baby girls. This business deal has gone wrong for you. That's right. This business deal has truly has gone wrong for you. Now, let me check the audio. You know, we have to do some housekeeping and all that and make sure everything is flowing. Go ahead while I'm preparing to check the audio. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. You in the building. I see you. I see you. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Let's get the message out because I truly want to wake up whomever is still in their slumber. Okay? it it tickles me now because it's mind blowing because when I woke up, it truly was a shocking um jaw you know jaw I can't even explain it. It was utterly like being sleep in cold ice buckets of water being thrown on you, you know? You were shocked awake. Didn't know which way to look because it was so many zombies out in the streets. And they thought they were living in the United States of America because they don't want to be educated. They don't want to unplug from the matrix. They think everything is everything, and it is not. And if you think I am lying, before you go and run and do any videos, about me, please do your research. You are living in a corporation, baby boys and baby girls. These are two businessmen. That's why your president is a businessman right now, former businessman. These are two businessmen having a fake argument, a fake, you know, falling out. Like I said, before you go assuming that I'm just talking out the side of my neck, because, I'm a woman, I get emotional, all that jazz. But before you go assuming that I have no clue to what I'm talking about, please go do your research and understand that you are property and that you and every child you birth out is sold on the stock market. That's right. Yeah. They have been making money off of you ever since they issued out the Social Security number, your bank account number. You straw man, you cute little straw man. You don't even know in their eyes. You are not walking in your full power as a God-given being. You cute little straw man. You are in a corporation, and they look at you as non-entities that they are to control and sell and buy you. Just like every stock that has been crashing on the stock market since this little tussle has come to light. Businessmen, right? And they want to tell you, I know you ones that are still asleep, and some of you guys are in kindergarten, right? Because you're not gonna go look this up. You're gonna say, oh my, you know what? I heard this black woman on the internet, Ma. She was talking crazy, Ma. She was saying we wasn't living in the United States of America. We were living in the corporation, like it's a business. This woman was crazy. That's what you're gonna say to your mom and pa, ain't you? Instead of going and doing your own research. You ain't gonna even go look at your ID card if you possess one, your driver's license. And have you ever wondered why your name is printed all in capital letters, just like all entities of business and merchandise? Ooh, silly rabbit tricks. But anyway, I thought I'd come on of what's going down. You see, there is great shift coming to these lands that were stolen. I know. Oh, I don't want to hear these lands were stolen. You know, I don't want to hear about it. I'm tired of hearing about land stolen. I'm just gonna go ahead. Lands that were stolen. Half of these lands that you proclaim to think that they are the United States are owned and operated by Chinese entities. That's right. The Chinese owns most of this land nowadays. But that's another research project you would have to do if you truly want to wake the hell up. Who you see on your screen right now are two businessmen making business moves, baby. That's right. I got a little something on you, Trump. You got a little something on me. Well, we got it all over these beings, these peoples you see. We got to chop up this piece of the pie as much as we can. And the only way we can do that to get the most money, the most bang out of our buck, is to destroy the so-called. Now, I know you're going to say, this sounds like doom and gloom. You know, this sounds like, everything wrong. And look, I'm not trying to sound like doom and gloom. I truly am not. I'm just trying to educate you. I'm just trying to help really shake the cobwebs out your mind. Truly. This is not doom and gloom. I mean, you would have to say, if you were a Bible believing, you know, person, you wouldn't say this was doom and gloom when Yahushua came down and told you, when the disciples asked, how will we know? How will we know when it's almost time for you to return? And what did the Most High, pardon me. What did Yahushua say to his disciples when they were inquiring on how will we know when it's close to your return? And you've heard it before, but I believe some of you guys have left out bits and pieces of the Bible. I believe it's in Matthew. You go look it up. Just type in or say in your doggone all these machines you got laying around. How we know when it's time for the most Yahusha and the Most High coming back to. Ooh-wee. Yes, his ship is like barrel. That pretty green. Okay? But Yahusha told his disciples it'll be as in the days of Noah. Right? And I know a lot of you are not paying attention to none of the clues. that was offered to you if you read the Bible, and that was offered to the disciples. You know, Jesus, for some of you guys who don't know who Yahushua is, okay, you still think Jesus is, a portrait of a man, a homosexual man. Oh, ooh, I don't want to ruffle any more fellas. Let me slow down. Girl, pump your brakes, okay? Oh, you gonna get these folks upset. You're telling them a little too much, or a little too fast. You see, Yahweh said it will be as in the days of Noah. You're gonna be seeing slicing and dicing of genes. That's right. All kind of creatures, different kind of stuff. Do you remember when in the book when they talked about Noah and everything, and they said they was having sex with the bumblebees? And you was like, bumblebees having sex? They was working with genes, baby. I know you think you're smarter than the average bear, right? These beings, the fallen ones, were the first scientists. They gave you the knowledge, baby. They wasn't actually in your perverted mind. I know you try. How did they get a penis in a bumblebee? Ooh, I have to just come out here and just check you all, wake you up, shake you up. They were slicing and dicing and mixing of genes, what they are doing in laboratories right now, okay? As in the days of Noah. But I know, like I said, some of you guys are going to think that this is a negative message, and it's not. It really is not. But there's a part that you all miss out, because I know you don't want me to talk down about the economy and the economy, crashing and falling apart right under your nose. And how these two businessmen, not a president, okay? These two businessmen are in cahoots together. They're not actually fighting each other. They're fighting over the scraps that are left, the scraps that you think that you have. But you see, you guys forgot that one little part where it said, wait, Jesus for some of you, Yahushua for the rest. He told his disciples, as in the days of Noah, and in the days of Noah, when the rain started falling, it said the economy was good. The economy was booming, right? Oh, you don't remember that part? You forgot that part? The economy was on point. These people was going to the club. They was popping bottles. They was ripping the plastic, ripping out the plastic, popping tags. Y'all don't remember that in the Bible? As in the days of Noah? I know I have to bring it to the forefront for you, because you think back in the day, in Noah's time, these people were just almost ignorant, and you think you're smart. Oh, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. These people was popping bottles, living up the life. As in the days of Noah, when they were sleeping with bumblebees. That means gene slicing, my friends. As in the days of Noah, like Yahushua said, you will know my return is soon, because it will return like the days of Noah. They still will be popping bottles. Cheers. Marrying, giving away and taking in marriage, living the life, living the vida loca. That's right. So just because you don't see destitute on the streets of America right now, because you see, the clubs are opening, people are getting married, having children, it's just a lovely life. You don't know a storm is coming. Ooh, you don't know that there's about to be something that has never happened on this planet before. Like as in the days of Noah. They had never seen rain before. And Noah looked just as crazy as you all proclaim we do by telling you the truth. By telling you something in this way comes. You are looking at your screens, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You are not looking at two former partners who are fighting. You're not looking at Elon and you're hearing these ludicrous lies. I mean, they really think that you're toddlers in the mind to tell you they must. Feel it well from President Trump's perspective, businessman Trump's perspective, that he's upset because he saw the Oval Office and he's just mad and jealous because, his offices, he has nice offices other places, but he's mad because he, can't be in the Oval Office. Did y'all hear that story today as part of President Trump's rebuttal to what Elon has been saying, their false flagging argument that they have in front of you right now? They're trying to see who's going to get the remaining of the crumbs of the people of you property. Do you really think Elon was mad about not being in the Oval Office when they only use that as a show, as a prop? Nobody has lived in the White House for years. I did a report on that about 3 or 4 years ago. But I know that I submitted that report in for you to review, and you did not pay attention. Well, maybe because I should not have submitted that report to people who were still asleep. The White House has been sold long, long ago. It is only used as a prop, just like all the propaganda they are feeding you before they ravage you. You know, before I get out of here, just to give you something to ponder tonight, tomorrow, and maybe you might just blow me off as, whoo, the loco lady, she loco. I told you we are in the last days, and there was another little saying in that book they call the Bible, that your men and women, boys and girls, handmaidens and maids will prophesy. Now, I'm not proclaiming to be a prophet, but I am so happy that I was awoke and given understanding and wisdom, um, and dang it, discernment like nobody's business. I'm telling you, discernment like nobody's business but mine. You see, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you a quick story, real quick? Just a side note story. Um, just a little story about when I was married, when I was always having this gift of sight, but running away from it, not really acknowledging it, but it was always there, and it just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger, right? I can remember when I was a young newlywed. Off to Germany we flew. Stayed there the first 5 years as my ex rose in rank, right? And a lot of you men, you dismiss this of your ladies. You dismiss your ladies because they probably told you the same thing and they don't even know. Some of you call it women's intuition, things of that nature, because you don't really know. You try, and some of you women try to, you know, blow it off. But I remember when my husband had got rank, they in the military, they go to a board and they have to pass so many trials and questionings before they get a higher rank in the military. And so he was to fly out. I can remember the night before he flew and left his family in Germany for him to return to the United States, I went to sleep and slumbered. And I slumbered and I went into a deep, deep vision and saw actually what he would do when he touched down to go to school, to receive, his higher rank. And I woke up. It was a disturbing dream. It was so profound, very disturbing. But yet, in all, I was young and did not know that it was a gift. I told you guys that the Most High Yah speaks to you, some of you anyway, via your dreams, visions, and day visions. Okay? So being young, I said, you know what? I saw you in America, and I believe you're going to mess around on me. And I saw it clear as day. And he was like, what? No, no, that happened. But began to cry, right? Tears rolled down his eyes as if his soul was telling him he had laid out what was to come. Moving on in life, deceit, deceptions, warnings, I would get premonitions, I would get visions. I could even tell my son, yeah, you don't go. He's a witness to everything I'm saying to you. Now, I know this might sound just a little boring. You might not really want to hear it, right? Especially coming from this smooth skinned chocolate drop of a sister. You might not want to hear it. I'm telling you, I told you that to tell you this, especially for the ones who are gifted. Okay? Do not play around with your gifts, especially in this day and time, because they're going to be to you when it comes to moving forward, connecting, making not necessarily friends, but acquaintances. Okay? It's going to be very vital for you because you see, people think between President Trump and Elon Musk is something serious, something that just came out the blue, and I guarantee you it is not. But this is a learning lesson for you gifted ones out there, for you ones that still have to operate in this matrix, especially if you're gifted. You're going to connections, and trust me, I have fallen, my goodness, especially on these internet streets, um, not paying attention to my gifts. There are going to be people like you feel Trump is playing Elon or Elon is playing Trump. That's what you think. That's what you're feeling right now. That's what the media is pushing, right? But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely in a time where people are plotting. People will plot on you. People will befriend you. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that you had already foreseen what is to come with anyone out in this world. The setup is real. I don't say this to discourage you from making business deals. I'm just saying It is time for you to truly be wise and use the gifts that the Most High Yah gave to you. You see, you looking at President Trump, you might think Elon is using him as, you know, he was the weaker one. He needed Elon to get into the presidency, the office, right? Or President Trump was a big dog in whatever way you feel over Elon. People are going to use or try to manipulate you, try to use you in these end times, and think that they have truly pulled the wool over your eyes. Elon probably thinks if you're really feeling that this is a true, you know, uh, argument or revealing of what's really going on behind the scenes of these two businessmen, and it is not. You probably think one was plotting, one was using each other, one was playing checkers, and the other one was playing chess. Elon offering up gifts, money for all the world to see. He backed Trump, endorsed him. Elon might feel that, oh, I'm sitting high. How can you go against me and I backed you? That's what y'all are looking at this carnally. I'm seeing this spiritually. I'm seeing this play totally different than what you are. But I'm just gonna read it like you see it. You probably think Elon had his pieces on the board of this game, if you will, and let's go ahead and let them play chess. hmm Elon had his pieces, and he had them aligned because he had Donald Trump tell the whole wide world about Elon and how great Elon is and how, Elon is a good guy and I'm going to give him an office and, because Elon got all the money. Sometimes it's always somebody who has less than you. Sometimes other people, they might think they have more than you and try to dominate you, try to hoodwink you, try to think that you are truly not gifted to see. But we are. So Elon might be that person that tried to set Donald Trump up to make him look like Donald Trump can never open his mouth. Donald Trump, and I don't care if he got up to the title of presidency, he can't open his mouth against me. I endorse this man. I hit him up. Right? Donald Trump probably feels side blinded by what is going on in this false scenario that you guys are witnessing. Feel like the underdog now because they say about them sex tapes and all that. Elon really giving it to him because he was plotting from the gate. He was getting information from the rip. I need you all, with your spiritual eyes, I need you all to see this for what it really is and how this is what a lot of you guys are going through, will be going through. We'll have to deal with people and you never know what motives are. You might wind up having a Elon Musk sachet Shantae into your world, right? The only thing is, Donald Trump, in your eyes, as this plays out, maybe have been blindsided. I say not. I'm just telling you, as children of the Most High God who have true spiritual gifts, foresight, even if you are in the predicament or feel that it looks like what you're going through is the same thing Donald Trump is going through, as if a powerful business person got the best of you, then set you up for failure. God, you done fell for the doggone okey doke. I want you to know you haven't if you're using your spiritual eyes to see everything. From whether you walk on the social media streets, or if you're at your workplace, or if you're in your home. This is not the time nor the hour to act like you don't see the players and the pieces on the board. And I want to reach out and especially speak to my ladies with spiritual gifts. Know this: when playing chess, the queen is one of the most dominant pieces on the board. No matter how many pawns that Elon has, the news people, the news, how many stories he has in his little black book of Trump, the pawns, the little pieces moving across the board, right? Even the king, the queen, you see, and what they've forgotten, all of them have, is what protects also in chess the king. And when a king cannot see you for who you truly are and plans to use you, do not fall victim and act like you cannot see, because you can. A true king, my ladies, will always protect his queen. But when it comes down to this fight of their kingdom, they run it together. And don't think that you do not stand beside a king when coming into this new rulership. And don't think, ladies, that your gifts that you are being gifted with right now are useless. You see, even when they don't think you do. That's not to go run amok. That's not to go start a firestorm. It's just for you to know. Wake up, open your eyes, and see the moves that are being played right in front of your face. And sometimes you let those moves play out. And don't move. Stay still. Because in the end, there's normally a king on the board or the queen. I'm out, and much, much love.